raggedy today. The Dukey's hot. He's sleepy and he's hot. I'm just coming on for a quickie live stream because I'm having god-awful problems trying to get anything uploaded. It's so overcast and cloudy. I have one dead battery and one that I only got like 40% on, and that's keeping the food cold. I can't get enough of anything like going here because we have no sun. And when we get the sun, it's not long enough in between the clouds, or the clouds are too thick to actually get anything through. A couple of weeks ago, everything was fine, but with these solar flares, and I don't even know what's going on. The batteries are not lasting as long as they should. This phone should last me for at least a day and a half, and that's it. I watch one video and the whole phone goes dead. So, which means that these batteries are saying they're 100%, but they're not, because they're not lasting anywhere near as long as they should be lasting. And this just happened when the sun started doing its thing. But it's hotter than hell. I can't keep anything going. And every time I try to upload a 4-minute video, said it was going to take 12 hours to upload. There's like no internet over here. Everything is buffering and turning off, and so as soon as we can get back to normal over here, which I think half is the sun and half are world events, but yeah, I'm really sorry. Let's see, I'm trying to update you on anything else that's been going on. Oh yes, I didn't get much going on with, hey everybody, what's going on? Oh, it's hot. It is hot. And I have no idea why these batteries aren't doing their thing. And I'm crooked with my eyebrows. Everything's a mess today. Got one dark one, one light one. Deal with it. It's that kind of a day where I don't care. Oh my God, it's hot. And they got some huge festival happening over here. So there won't be no place to go this weekend. So I gotta figure out where Duke and I are gonna hide out for 2 days. One day we got covered at the library, but Sunday is the madhouse. It's a Battle of the Burger Fest over here. And this is a huge, huge thing. There will be 20-mile long lines to get in here for this. It's 3 days. It's Battle of the Burgers. It's like that barbecue contest they have in Texas, only in Florida they do a burger battle thing. I'm trying to get my glasses here. But I got a couple of phone numbers from the lovely police station. The heat's not even bothering him. He's liking getting wet. I soak him. I just filled up with water, thank God. I thought I was going to have 3 days with no water. I quick went in and the spigot was open, and I pulled in between the poles that they're setting up fences around here. And I quick filled up my 2 empty jugs. But he's doing fine with the heat. It doesn't really seem to bother him much. He's hot anyway. You know, I'm sweating to death and he's hiding under the sheets, making a blanket because he's chilly. This dog runs hot. But right now we're resting and we're being affectionate this morning. Yes, we are, because we got biscuits. We got biscuits. Yeah, you're hiding your biscuits right here. You're gonna bury everything in the bed for later. He broke it in half to make 2. He's got to have 2 of everything. I swear to God. Yes. Yes, Barbara, she wrecked you. Every time she gives him something, she gives him 2. So every time you give him something, he's sitting there waiting. He takes one, puts it down, and now he's waiting for the second one. You're a sneaky thief. You're a sneaky thief, hiding food in the bed. Don't do that. I don't want bugaboos in my bed. But yeah, he's doing better with the heat. I'm the one running through the water. Jesus. Even those 2 are okay. So they're all better and nobody's sick anymore, which is good. It took them almost a month to get over it. What's all over your feet? You're bringing dirt in the car. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm going to get your cookie. I'm going to get your cookie. I'm going to get your cookie. Get it, cookie. Eat it. Don't play with it. It's not a toy. He likes playing with the cookies more than anything else. Let's see. I got a couple of phone calls. The phone numbers that I got from the first phone call I received were all the places that I had already called. The reason why I was having such a hard time getting around this, besides the fact that, you know, HUD and Section 8 and cheap housing is now officially closed. All the housing authorities are shut down. They still only have one person answering the phone to tell you nobody's there. Yeah, I know, right? Those poor dogs, they went through hell and back, and her. And part of the reason why she was very sick too, we were sitting and she was getting sicker by the minute, and I started asking her some questions, and she was telling me what was happening to her. And I said, sweetie, I said, you got to get to the emergency room at the emergency med. I said, you need oxygen. I'm telling you, we tested it. My thing is not working at all, but she has very thick gel nail polish on. It was saying that she still had, that she was only at 90. She couldn't see. She was starting to go blind and seeing little spots and stuff. So I followed her there. Her daughter came, and they admitted her right into the hospital. Her oxygen was down to 60. She was about to pass out unconscious. So they kept her for a day and a half, wrote up some paperwork. Hopefully they send it out to her lung doctor, and they'll give her a prescription. Her asthma is so bad because it's so humid, she needs oxygen. So I don't know how they're going to do that. They're going to have to get her a portable one. I told her if she needed to mail it somewhere. I'm not sure if she still has the P.O. box, but if she wants to order one off Amazon, she can. But yeah, when she came back and I saw her yesterday afternoon for a few minutes, she was like a whole new person. She goes, you were right. You saved my life. The doctor wanted me to tell you I was down to 60 and I could have been in a coma soon. I said, I knew it. I said, you sound just like what happens to me. And she only has the asthma. So I've been trying not to go crazy doing stuff, watching what happened to her so quick. But she's perfectly back to new again. All she needs is some oxygen, and they don't sell the portable cans anymore. I was telling, I don't know if I was talking to you guys about that, they were selling canned oxygen for people who do marathons, bikers, all, you know, everybody's outdoorsy down here and always doing a marathon for something or a race. So they sell, Walgreens used to sell these little canisters of oxygen, like one hitters. They don't sell them anymore. I told Richard a couple of years ago, this is a bad thing because too much oxygen is as bad as having not enough. They took them off the market. Not Walgreens, no CVS, Walmart, no medical supply sells the canned oxygen anymore. She went around to 5 different places looking for it. So, let's see. Oh, so I got my phone numbers. They were the same ones I had. I called one to see if anything had changed. Nothing had changed. I got one new number, which is a, he's a sergeant, officer with the military, with the VA. So he would be probably the only one to help me out. But the problem is the paperwork. Nothing has changed. Tunnel to Towers, still, no matter what, your diagnosis is requiring the biopsy to help police and firemen and anyone from 9/11. So they're keeping all of us out. At least 5,000 that I know of right here in Florida won't be able to be helped by them. Which if Tunnel to Towers is doing that, the people we would have to go through to find housing for me are going to require the same things as tunnel to towers. So number one, that's looking like it's out of the question 100%, just because I can't have the biopsy. The other thing is that the guy who I would be calling doesn't even have a clearance level where mine is. So he can't even pull up my information. There's no way to get the paperwork. When we dug through who and how I was getting paid through vouchers from the government who was reimbursing my boss at the time, that's a mile-long paper trail that you would have to have clearance to work with everyone like I do, and I had two four-star generals couldn't bring up my father's name. So if they can't bring up my dad's name, she goes, they're never going to find you because you're going to be buried under him and sandwiched between your father and your mother and on her side of the family. And I said, Jesus. And she goes, I don't think we're ever going to be able to get that out. I said, well, the hackers did. Maybe I should contact the people who hacked the secret identity, the classified database of first responders, and maybe they could tell me where I can get the paperwork. This is just pathetic. It's truly pathetic, which is going to get me nowhere. So after we realized this is going to be a dead end just in paper trails alone and trying to find someone high enough to get my shit, because my father's dead, my mother's dead, and her brother. Those would be the only three. There's a fourth person who could help me out with that, but they're currently in a little bit of trouble on TV. Him and his wife, if you catch my drift. That guy would have been the only guy to help me out. And there's no way now. His wife also is stage 3 on the breast cancer. If you've been watching the news, those guys were just in the next town. They were less than a mile from us, and most likely they were in our town. Yeah, so she ain't looking good. I saw pictures of her from a while ago, and she's a little overweight, always has been. She's a big woman though, she's a tall woman. And I saw a picture of them yesterday walking into the courtroom together, and hell yeah, that woman must have lost over 100 and, I'd say at least 120 pounds, maybe more, 130. She was about the same size as her husband, and she's about as thin as I am now. And she used to be that big, and now she's got smaller, so she has a similar breast cancer to the one I have for some reason. It looks like it physically, anyway, speaking. I don't think she's gone through the surgery because I think they're about to do it. Remove both her breasts. So you'll be seeing more. You'll see more on this on the news. They just announced yesterday. And then she's, I think, late stage 3. She's terminal. They're going to do this operation on her, and it'll probably kill her. If she gets an infection, she ain't going to be able to fight it off. And anytime you walk into an operating room or a procedure room, I can't tell you the amount of staph infections. Just being on a gurney, they wheeled me into a room. I never got off the gurney. They put the PICC line in to start the chemo. I had 3 staph infections from a 15-minute procedure in one room with 2 people. Figure that one out. So, yeah, so my last hope got dashed. But anybody else who'd be able to help me out in that respect is dead. They all died around the same time as my mom. The rent would be somewhere between $200 and $300 if they're going by 30%. All we can seem to come up with is places that are around $400, which is half my check. $380 goes to the phone and the car. That leaves me $400 for food and everything else. Food stamps is only $100. I get that's, again, my sacrifice. When I was telling her about all this stuff, she says it's because of who you are. They're giving you half of what the civilians are getting. So $100 on the food stamps don't go far when you got to travel 5.5 hours every 6 months in one direction to go re-sign up. They're making it that difficult for me to stay on it that I can't sign locally. I got to do a 5-hour voyage. I got to go all the way up to Tallahassee to wait for 4 hours in a government office to sign a piece of paper and walk out the door. That's it. Just signing my freaking name. And there's no other welfare office in the state of Florida, in this giant county, that I could sign that paper to. I'm getting too many hard-ass restrictions on that, and I don't want it. It also counts as an income, so it actually messes with the SSI. And then they wanted to try to get me military benefits. Can we change from the SSI? We could get you like $1,300 a month. I said, yeah, and then I'm going to owe 20% on the health insurance. I don't have $5 to pay for my prescriptions, and at $75 every time I walk through the doctor's office. This is ridiculous. So then when we averaged out, if I could afford $300 rent, that would leave me, I say $150 for food, for gas, for Duke, and that's the other issue. Would probably mean giving up Duke. Eventually Dukey's gonna we're gonna find someone for Duke. What was the other thing? Oh, yeah, this is the one major flaw in our plan. Even if I had my whole check, with it, say I canceled the phone, I wouldn't have a car. I'd just be living in a house, hoping people delivered me food. Just go that way for 1 second. I'd have just enough to pay rent. I have no way to pay electricity. There's no human way possible to pay electric. Senior citizen housing doesn't let handicapped people, even as handicapped as I am, someone dying, okay, with polio, you have to be 65 to live in senior housing. There's very few buildings where the rent is where the electric is included, which means if you have a electric included rent with the government, I'd be paying $500 a month, which would be $200 for the rent and $300 towards the electric bill. My electric bill for the house was $200. It was crazy. Hey, Rare Breeds. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. And any way around it, she said, you need your car. I said, yeah, I need my car. I got to go to the doctor's. Some of them are 5 hours away. Are you kidding me? If I got to go back up to Shands again, which I may have to one more time, I can't, yeah, there's no bus that goes there. I can't take a bus. I can't get on there. So yeah, electricity would be the main thing. I wouldn't be able to afford electricity. And you can't rent an apartment without putting on electric. So it's kind of, I knew already, that's why I was doing this to the car right after he died. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Once I upped the car insurance, because I had to, because now it's a madhouse here. Oh my God. It is so crowded. It's not even, like, by next week, it should be next week for the crowd to be here now. It's like everybody took vacation early and just fled the north. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I needed the better car insurance because there's too many drunken people coming now. You know, 1 out of every 6 cars you run into is going to be someone who had a drink in about 2 weeks from now. So all the bars start opening early come June, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, the bars are open on the beach. So, I mean, it's just too much. Are you biting my fingers? You're being a bad dog. This is what happens when I get on the phone. This is what happens when we get on the phone. I gotta eat the fingers. I gotta eat the fingers. I gotta have your fingers. And this phone is getting so hot. Oh. Yeah, we got hit rocked by a tornado. I made a video. It never went up. It was about 14 minutes long. It told me it was like, again, it was going to take 15 hours to upload. So the other night I put up the video of the stuff in the parking lot that was part of the roof that blew off. Yeah, I didn't come on. I was a nervous wreck. I probably shouldn't even put that video up. I look like a lunatic. The tornado blew through the parking lot. It ripped the part of the roof, the fascia molding off the building. And there were huge sections. Those big white pieces were about the size of the car. They looked fairly small, but they weren't. There was the three of them stacked up that was actually higher and bigger than the car. This camera lens makes everything look small. And why don't you go back outside for a minute? There you go. So the car started bouncing up in the air. And then I started hearing the freight train noise very low. So it must have been kind of far away. We were just getting the outer part of the tornado going past. Or as it was coming, one or the other. And the car started bouncing like a low rider. You know, the cars that make hop up and down. So I'm holding him. I'm hanging on to this thing over here, trying to hold on to the car. The whole car's bouncing up and down this way. Then all of a sudden the car goes up, it pounds back down. The wind dies. The noise stops. I said, close call. All of a sudden, the noise was so loud, I couldn't hear myself think. Scared the crap out of me. Shit started flying off the roof. That's when those big chunks came off. All of a sudden, instead of going up and down, the car started going backwards. I was facing the storm. The tornado came at us this way. The whole car started going backwards. It was trying to pull the car as it was spinning counterclockwise, dragging me towards the building. When everything was said and done, the car, when I got out of the car, I realized that the bushes were really far away. I was right up close to them like this. I was about 4 feet from the bushes. While this was happening, I jumped up front, used my cane, and hey! Don't be biting, no nipping, bro. Yeah, you got crazy for a second, brother. I put the parking brake on. I used my cane, I pushed down the parking brake thing. With the parking brake, that thing pulled my car over 4 feet out of the parking space. I was in the middle of the street, inside the parking lot, okay? Half the car was in the space and half the car was out. I couldn't believe that wind was amazing. I'm not taking anything out of this car. Not a thing. If anything, I'm going to throw 20 pounds of cat litter in the back. I don't give a shit. I couldn't believe that at 10,000 pounds, this car roughly weighs around 9,800 pounds. I got to go get it, go to the cat scales and see now what I weigh and keep it at this weight. This is why I didn't want a high top. Everybody running around those stupid high tops, got to stand in your van. Every one of them are just pushed over, fall over. If this would have went sideways, which it would have, being pushed backwards and to the right, it would have just tipped me over, which is fine. You get a bunch of guys to come with the tow truck and then they just stand the car back up. We used to have it all the time at the Lincoln Tunnel. Jeeps and minivans and the high top vans. There was one tight turn that was a little too tight, and all these cars were, every day someone flipped over at this turn. Wait, yeah, because you're getting a little nutsy. How about you get a little spray? There we go. That's gonna calm you down. You're too hot. There you go. Hey, tea lover. But yeah, that was a little crazy. So, not having nothing, if you're gonna be down here in the south, and you're doing the van life thing, you need a heavy. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't even make fun of it. I'll tell you guys about it later. It was a great big bus. I forgot what month it was. So, let's see. Yeah. Keep your van heavy. Keep your van heavy. And everything was tied to the roof. Nothing was loose. Nothing got bent. Everything was fine because the wind was coming down from the ground and scooping underneath the car. I couldn't believe it was trying to lift us up that way. And then when it stopped, I was so happy, and all of a sudden we start going like this, backwards, and I mean moving this much. It was as bad as getting stood up in the house. But I'll tell you this right now. If you're gonna have to be in a tornado, I'd rather be sitting here in the van than like I'm sitting in the house. Because when that house lifted up and stood me upright and mouse fell off my lap and I started falling into the coffee table, I looked up realizing that my cathedral ceilings that were 25 feet high looked real nice and made it airy and spacious while you're in the double wide. Hell no. 20 feet falling straight on our heads was about to become the roof. You'd be able to live through it here, but I'd never want to go through it again sitting in the mobile home. Not at all. We were safer here in the van than we were living in a mobile home. And that's the other thing. Where they're going to send me is going to be some shitty, rundown, dilapidated motel that was closed down by the housing authority because of mold and crap, and it was deemed uninhabitable, like my fucking mobile home, all right, which wasn't that bad. That's where I'm going to be living, in a place like that with cardboard in the windows because they don't fix them, all right? All that crap you saw where people were living during the COVID when they lost their house and were living in those shitty rundown motels down here that you saw, that's the housing they're talking about. So better off in the van. And communal housing, living for 6 months or 8 weeks. They can't even give you 6 months anymore. She said, well, at least we could get you out until August. I said, yeah. I said, the hottest month of the year, and then you're going to be putting me back outside. I said, I can't be used to being in the air conditioning and then be thrown back out in 100 degrees. I'm better staying out here. I can't even, when I go in the store, I'm freezing and I'm shaking. My lips are turning blue because I haven't been in air conditioning for over a year. So that's the other thing. Even if I go inside, I can't even use the air conditioning anymore. I'm too sick for that from being out here for so long. And I didn't realize running in and out of the stores yesterday was very humid, and it's slowly been building up that I didn't notice it. When I came out of, I forget which store I went into, doesn't matter. When I went in and I came back out, it hit me like a shower. It was like walking into a sauna, and I didn't even notice it. So it's any way around it's not worth it. It's either going to cost me every single dollar I have, and then living off of canned food from the food pantry just to pay the rent and the electric makes no sense. I can't even eat that crap, you know what I mean? I'm not supposed to be. I don't know. There's just like no way out. And looking out here, if I can't get in, none of these people are getting in. And the cops are trying to be really nice. They're trying to be understanding and realize that nobody has no place to go. And these people stop leaving the garbage in the freaking parking lot. There's 5 million garbage cans in Florida. Okay, just pull over and throw it out at the next McDonald's or drive-through you pass. But yeah, the parking lots are getting disgusting. At least most of the people have left. I'd say at least half the park cleared out. Usually around the week before Labor Day, everybody does a split. But there's no batteries. Now I'm back to ice again. It's like $5 a day in ice again. And it's like there's just, I don't know where people are saying that they're saving money out here. This is costing me every dollar I make. I actually had $150 left over in the mobile home, and that's paying my water bill, the electric bill, and trying to put money away for the taxes. I had more money. this is costing so much with the gas. Ooh. And I'm hoping to squeak out one more month without having to do the oil change. Because I don't really go anywhere. And my light hasn't, the oil light hasn't come on, my little wrench. But I only drive maybe 10 miles in a day, if that. Okay. I'll check with you guys later, yeah. So, this is all easier. Thank you for stopping by. So, yeah, this is just, it's been madness, and it's everybody. They're just hundreds and hundreds of people. Those, and even the food pantries are cutting the food by half. No, it's not. It's not just in the wasted food, and I'm trying to only get enough for like 2 days at a time. But my leg is getting really bad. I'm having a hell of a time walking, and I forgot. And I took all my money off my card this month. I was supposed to leave some money on so I could do Walmart pickup, so I didn't have to go into the store. And I forgot about that. The bad part about the government card is when they pay you, you can't put money back on it. Once you take it off, it's off. You know, you can't, it's not like going to the bank and putting more money in the account. It doesn't work like that. So next month, I gotta remember next week to leave money on the card so I don't have to run in and out of Walmart so much. But even the little Dollar General was wearing me out. My leg hurts so much. I don't know what to do. There's not very much. Right? There's not much we can do about that, is there, buddy boys? So Barbara takes him for his walks with the other doggies, right? With the other doggies, and he's not a walker. He's like his brother. She was walking with, she had the 3 of them. She had one in each arm, Duke and his brother, and the uncle was the only one walking. She comes back, I said, what, they gave up? She goes, they give up after about 10 feet. And then she's got to carry them. What? What? And he's got a nice 50-foot, his new rope. This is Duke's leash. I tie it to the handle up here over the door. And I let him go. And we let him go. He's got 65 feet of rope. So he can do his zoomies and run in his little circles. He's a madman. So he gets his little crazies out. But her other dog isn't a walker either. He only walks maybe half a parking lot and turns around and wants to come back. It's madness. And they're clearing out, yeah, they're clearing out the bushes. Some, not all. They're leaving some people and just harassing the groups of people, more middle-aged and elderly. All right, they're leaving the really old guys alone and just taking the newcomers. The 40 to 60 crowd is getting kicked out. Yeah. Yeah. It's too much. It's just too much, right? It's just too much. Everything is just too friggin' expensive. And I can't drop the insurance on the car. You know, I got as good as I could afford with like full replacement. I get the rental car. They pick me up anywhere in the state of Florida. I have no limit on that. That's really what I wanted, so I could start taking some nice rides and get the hell out of here for a while. Yeah. Well, the thing is with the SSI, I don't pay taxes, and I don't know how that works out with them. So I did the mailing address. That's why we do the like a couple of people send me the Walmart gift cards. You know, Walmart, Amazon's got the gift cards. We were doing the gift card thing because it's an acceptable way for people to help me. Cash has to go through the income tax, which starts to upset the government, which they send me a W-2 form every year in case I have a part-time, but they've made a lot of exceptions. So as long as you're not working, and that's like a working income, it's the way things are classified by taxes. So they said it would be easier and less hassles to do like the gift card things, like gifting. It is easier than having to go through, and then I got to pay someone $200 to H&R Block to do a W-2 form, because I got to make sure that that's right, you know. And I don't know if there's a way to withhold the taxes with Amazon, and everybody's bitching that they must have raised the amount of money that they're taking out, because everybody's bitching. What were they complaining about? They were complaining about everything except for Patreon. Oh, and another one. But everybody jacked up how much they're taking from everybody. And people are owing a lot more taxes. Some people thought that the taxes were being held, and they weren't, and then they owed extra, and I was like, damn. Doing pretty well. It's very hot. Hello from Belgium. That's a long way. Thank you. Trying to feel a little bit better. What? You dropping your stuff? Don't stop throwing your cookies. You're gonna throw your cookies. Dancing chihuahua. Oh, 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 oh. Cookies. We got free toys. McDonald's. Right? We got a Happy Meal. Got you a free toy. Oh, good for you. Your weekend's starting early. The weekend is starting early. Yeah, that light comes in. Oh, I bought one good thing. Ha! It's been 4 days. And I can't say it because I'll probably get in trouble using the word. So I'll just hold up the package, okay? I stuck these guys up. This one above you. It hasn't moved in 4 days. I put up my window shades to the back, the reflective stuff. This is like that rubber non-skid stuff that's sticky. It's see-through and it's very thick. And it stretches like bubble gum. It has a thing on it. It's double-sided. Me. Okay, we're back. It's double-sided. I stuck stuff down, and it's removable. It's removable. I got 2 for $10. Now, I believe on TV, it's 2 for $20. But if you go to Dollar General, you get 2 rolls of these, and they're nice big rolls, for $20. So far, nothing has fallen down. Everything is stuck in place. It's holding up to the Florida heat. We'll see what happens next month. But for right now, it actually stuck to the fabric of here. And I can't even get my fingernail between the 2 of those. So this stuff is good. It really is. 2 for $20. This week we'll be gluing everything. I know. I don't have it. Because you lost it. Now we need another one. Now we need another one. So yeah, that tape is excellent. I kept looking at it, and I heard people talking about it. It was expensive. And then I saw the commercial. I think it was a buy one, get one free thing. And when I walked into Dollar General, I almost fell on the floor. I said, didn't I just see that 2 for $19.90? Like $19.99. Buy one, get one free. Now, 2 for $10. And I was worried about the 2 for $10, thinking, why is it so cheap in person? Because it probably doesn't work, but it does. I love it. Now stuff will now finally stop flying around the van. At least my decorations, my little statues, and we're gonna glue down Baby Yoda so he stops running around the van. Oh my Lord. So yeah, you too. Oh, everybody's having some fun. Everybody ready for the weekend? Whew. God, it's hot. And the breeze just like died. Hold on. Where's the putting my pillowcase to good use? Oh wait. Out. Get down. That was my pillowcase. But it looks like a flag. I have to go back to Ollie's again. Oh, but yeah, what am I getting now? 13 watts. Woohoo! It took 9 hours to get 40% on my phone. Those little white solar panels, the flexible ones, those are awful. Awful, awful, awful. 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 I don't know what this one guy has like 8 of them on his RV. I was like, yeah, no wonder you have 8. One of them only pulls in like 6 watts. He probably got all 10 of them up there just trying to make 40 watts. Be busy, mean guy. That's the nasty guy from the park. Wait till he goes by. The worker guy, he's not very nice. He needs to retire. He's too cranky with dealing with children. And summer college kid workers. I think he's had enough, right? Are you done being a bad boy this morning? Are you done being the bad boy this morning? Look at that face. Look at that face. You got so big. You got so big. Right? You're big. Well, the size of that neck. He's huge. He's huge. Oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty. Don't turn away. We want to see your little face. We want to see your little face. Your little baby Yoda ears. Right? Baby Yoda. My baby Yoda. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. He just wants to yell at everybody. And we ran into the horse again yesterday. Oh, cool. Oh. Oh, a tabby and a Bengal. I always wanted a Bengal. They're so beautiful. So pretty. So I may be mad I couldn't save my dad's kitties. My grandmother had had enough. Enough of the cats. And she got rid of them. I felt bad. My father had this one cat. He looked like a pirate. I have to find his picture. He had one eye. He found him outside. 4 pounds. That's like Duke's brother. Duke's brother hasn't grown. He's the exact same size he was. So he's going to stay the teacup size. A little bit bigger than a teacup. He's about this big. So he probably only weighs 3 pounds. He's still the same size. Thank you very much. I will try today. It should be nice. We're watching them set up. What is that noise? Oh, my plastic. I like watching them set up for the festivals. I miss that. That was one of my favorite parts working for the town. Was setting up for all the carnivals and stuff. And they have fun doing it. You can see the kids. They like putting up the tents and things. But this is going to be a huge bash. They have like half the park roped off. I don't even know how they have people coming in here tomorrow. And I think it's actually raining. Is it? No. Okay. My plastic is flapping in the breeze here today. So, I don't know where she is today. She had an appointment yesterday. She was very excited. So either she's getting the car or she was finding a place to stay. So she's been with her daughter on and off when it gets too good. Oh, that's good. That's good. Just looking around. I went back to see. I've been to Zaxby's a few times, and the girl's not there. She hasn't been there any night. And the other girl doesn't. She had just started. She didn't know who I was talking about. I said usually she works this shift. And she said that a bunch of the kids that were graduating have, I don't know if they quit and they're gone, but yeah, that was kind of shitty. But we'll figure it out. We figure out when the time comes. I was trying to do it sooner than later, but we figure it out. We figure it out. Right now they're trying to, most of the places won't even take animals now. The only reason why they took her cat was because a woman had walked in like 2 days after she showed up and looking for a cat. So they showed her her cat and she said she'd take her. So that's how she got rid of her cat. Otherwise she'd still have the cat and the 2 dogs because everybody's full. All the Fort Myers people had to abandon their animals and all the shelters are full. And we found a lot of homeless animals hanging around, which were people who probably came down to do the van life and just either lost their pets or let them go. A lot of people just abandon their animals in Florida. It's the weirdest thing. They come all the way here and they'll chip animals from as far away as, like, you know, Wisconsin and stuff. I say, what, they come here on vacation, just leave their animals and take off. I'm listening. I thought I had to move for a minute. I think that I think we're in a good place for the rest of the day. We don't have to move in the middle of the madness. More cookies. More cookies. 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 Oh, he's so quiet when he takes it. It's bad, right? You're gonna eat them or you're just gonna play with them? I think we're just playing with stuff today, right? Is that it? You're just playing with shit today? Not that hungry? You woke up hungry. You woke up hungry. You woke up hungry. Can I put it on your nose? Let's see if we can stick it on his nose. Wait, no, wait. Wait. Wait, no. No. Wait, put your head down. I want to put it on your nose. But we're going to do a trick. Wait. I'm going to put it on your head. All the other dogs do this. Yeah, good luck with the Chihuahua, right? Sit. I don't have it. You knocked it out of my hands. What? Psst. Oh, it's over here. And he likes to stand on his back feet a lot. He walks on his back feet a lot. We were dancing the other day, right? We put on some music. We were dancing. I have to find that dancing Chihuahua video again. I don't know. They don't let you save a short. You can share it, but you can't save it. I should have videotaped it on the iPad from the phone. That was hysterical. Right, now you gotta be in the shop. Is that all right? I'm here. Ah! We're still there. Yeah, it was nice. She was panicking over someone, and the lady, she just became a widow. Her dog had died, then her husband died, so she was looking for another pet, and it kind of worked out very well. Oh, it worked out very well. Right? Right, right? There we go. Give it to you over here. What I bought was $3. It was a sale. That stupid thing. It hangs around your neck and you put the cell phone in it. I should have known better because Apple always has to be that much that it doesn't fit. Oh, what is it? Oh, so we're gonna find another use for it. Let me see. I was trying to see if I could stretch it out farther. Then I could put some Velcro. That's one of these stupid ass things. And I thought this would be good for the live streams. Got it right there, a little close to the face, but I don't know, I could work something out. But it's just enough that it doesn't fit. So I'm gonna see if I can work that mount a different way and rig it up. Maybe I could do it the other way. Make something to fill it in. Yeah. Oh, it's hot now. It's 95 degrees. And it's like about 80, I'd say at least 75. Maybe 80% humidity. I can't breathe today. It's very wet out. And it's completely white, the sky. And we're still pulling in a little bit of wax. This is another one where it takes from 10 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. None of the iPhones or anything that's made by Apple fits anything universal. It's always like 1/8 of an inch too big. It's always too big for all the products out there. I don't know why they do that. So you got us stuck just buying their $100 camera mount. Like all these other smaller ones, they're just not wide enough. Even the width, going wide, not the length to hold it sideways. None of these fit. I use this to hold up my fan. It fits inside, so I put this down. It's got the little thing, and then I slide my little tiny fan into here, and it holds it, so it doesn't fall over. Right? It makes it Duke-proof. It makes it Duke-proof. It's Duke-proof, right? When you start bouncing around like a maniac, when you do your zoomies, at like 11 o'clock at night, he's got to get one more in, and he just runs from one end of the car to the other. Made him a nice run to the front, right? You got a nice little runway. Like a ping pong ball, and then he passes out, right? Right? Then we play catch. I throw stuff up into I throw him from the back all the way into the dashboard, and we do that for like 25 minutes every night just to wear him out. And he brings one back, and then I throw it. I have like 5 toys lined up, and as soon as he brings one, I throw another one. He comes back, I throw another one. So I wear him out at night. Then we throw shit out the door, and he runs back in with it. He's good at playing catch. He realizes I'm not going to go and get it, and that he better go get it, and he does. That's why we have the 200 feet of rope. I was going to put him on a fishing reel. I had a really good one, a strong one, where I could have put this rope on and just run the line and let him run in and out. I may do it. If I could find it. I need her help going through the storage unit. I gotta get some stuff out. Piled so much stuff in there from the last 2 camping trips. I don't know. And what was the other thing they're cracking down on too? Like some of the Cracker Barrels and Wawa, you could probably pretty much send the night. But Love's, someone said the Flying J was actually closing down the times you're allowed to sleep. Now, on a good day when we get sun, it works very well. Now, even with this cloudiness, I'm still getting the 13 watts coming in, where normally I'm getting 60 or 80 on a good day. Normally, this thing works at 60%, and when it's super duper sunny and no clouds in the sky, I was actually getting 89%, 89 watts out of the 100 coming off the roof, because you never get the full 100. You don't. You lose 10% to the little capacitor at the top that'll turn on, actually on the solar panel. That takes 10 watts. Then these wires suck up some wattage, so you lose about 20 to 30% of the 30 watts coming out of the 100 you're supposed to be getting off the roof, just due to how far it has to travel to your battery. I've noticed that. The shorter wire works better, so that's what we're using today. My little tiny... I don't have it. I'm going to start throwing your stuff out the door now. That's it. That's it. Where's your bone? Where's your bone? Hey, where's the purple bone? Oh, Dookie. Did you leave it outside yesterday? I don't see it. Normally I come back, the toys are still outside. But, want that one? I don't know what to give you. I don't know where it is. Now I'm just going to throw it over there. Leave me alone. Why don't you have a date with Sally? Maybe that's his problem. But yeah, this Green Powers solar panel is really good. That's going to be the next one I got. Yeah, out of the 400 watts, right? You only get like 250. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I have the two white ones are 150 each. Putting them together, Amazon saying, makes 300 watts. Okay, let's give that a shot. At least I'll be getting a solid 100, I figured, off of the 300, right? No. The most I got out of that was 25 watts, and I was using it on the big one on a really hot and sunny day. Normally, only 6 watts comes off of the 300 when they're hooked together in the bright sunlight. So it also has to be heat. Has to be hot out. I didn't start all winter. I was only getting 40 watts, maybe 50. 2 days ago, I got back up to 89. I was almost at 90 watts pulling in. That's probably the max that thing will put out is 90. But it's got to be hot. Right now, it's a little chilly, but it's humid. Yeah, a lot of lying going on. There's a lot of people's vans. I don't know if you've noticed all these vans catching fire. That's why I got these guys. Not the other ones. Those lithium batteries, hell no. The only thing I would use is the ones that I have, which are boat batteries. The marine boat batteries. They're like same as a car battery. No lithium, no ions, no nothing. All these crazy funky batteries that people are using, they're burning up their vans. And I don't know how the insurance company is covering these people. I mean, the Mercedes Sprinter vans that are already done, yeah, that's a Class B RV. But doing this in here, and if you're paying on the car and leasing it, oof. Yeah, there's no more warranty on that. The minute you start doing stuff like that inside the car, even if you leave both your front seats in, and all you took out where your stowing goes, the minute you start adding electrical wiring like that, anything happens to your car, you ain't going to be covered. You won't be on normal car insurance. I don't even have anything listed to be covered in the van. The most expensive thing I have is the solar panel, and that's like $300. So it's fine. I'll be lucky I get anything for the car if anything happened to it, but yeah. Oh, will you stop? You're on video. You're live on YouTube. Because they gotta have the hands. I gotta bite the fingers. Look at that nasty little face. Look at that nasty little face. I know, everybody says they work so well. I've seen 4 really horrible fires. One girl, it was a couple, they were working in their shop. The dogs were in the van, and the van caught fire, and they were inside working. And if it weren't for the smoke blowing past, if they hadn't had the bay door open, say they closed the little garage door, they would have never known that the dogs were burning to death in the car 3 feet outside the door from where they were. Don't like those. I mean, especially hooking it up to the cars and the engines with all these sensors running all over. I mean, just look at the issues I'm having with the sensors without anything hooked up to the car. What? Stop biting my fingers. He was fine till I turned this on. It's talking to the phone. Jealousy. 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 He's not the center of attention. Now, normally he'd be outside yelling at everybody. Yeah. Because I thought about getting one of those, but I would have to get the Renogy panels, and those are a little expensive. The fixed mounted panels. I still like having this one because it works so well. Plus, I can rip it off the roof when things get bad in a couple of weeks. You know, I should have took it off, but I really didn't think it was going to get that bad. But I just got to go outside with my scissors, snip the wires, and just pull it off the roof. I made it easy to take off. It's not so easy to, well, yeah, I guess if you're going to do that, but all I got to do is go outside and cut the rope and bring it inside, which I will be doing next time. I just hated having to, it's getting heavy for me to pick that up because it's really big. So I'll see what I do. I got room in the front. So all I gotta do is open my door, shove it in, and close it in the passenger part. So we should be okay. But yeah, we gotta start hurrying, proofing the car soon. Got ear piercing. Yeah, I gotta get earmuffs for you. What? You're getting very upset. You're getting very... That's it. Just a finger. He's a talker. He's a jabberjaws, this dog. What? What? What do you want? You want the bag? Did you eat it? Are you eating or hiding them? You want another one? Go ahead. It's Friday. Live it up. We're having a party. Yeah. You have to. No, that's it. One at a time. You don't get to. So take it. Don't give it to me. He walks up and he drops it on me while I'm laying down. I got the other ones too, didn't I? Wait, didn't I get both of them? Yes, I did. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Oh, I bought them yesterday, I think. I gotta look. I got confused. I ran into the dollar store yesterday. Oh, yeah, we did. He loves these guys. And no one's got the little hot dogs. No one's got your hot dog. Yeah, I know. I know. Is that what you're yelling about? I gave you the cookie and not this guy? Is that it? Is that it? I'm trying to get to it. Hold on a minute. We're trying. Oh, wait a minute. Get out of the way. Oh. Oh, God. Get in there. So I put them all in a Ziploc. He's got his favorites. Yeah, and I don't know what all these little itty-bitty things are. Who the hell knows? We let them take, they do better in here. You're wanting now. You don't want it, I take it back. That's okay. Look at the crazy hiccups again. Alright, now for this one. Keep hearing thunder, but we're not getting. No, they don't. And we've been doing science experiments down here all winter on solar panels, trying to figure out how these things work. And I've come to one conclusion. Until it hit 80 degrees, 70 was the lowest. They weren't working right at all. Now it was completely cloudy out one day like this, but it was 87 degrees. I was pulling in 75 watts off this thing. There wasn't a sun in the sky. It was completely overcast like today, but the difference today is that it's windy and cool. It's only about 76, say, here by the beach. Heat has nothing to do with sunlight. The sun was gone. There was no sun. We were all in 100% shade. This thing was still pulling in 75 watts. Because when I got out to see what was going on and I touched it, my hand got stuck to it. It was so hot. So, it's heat. And the minute it reached 80 degrees, that thing was pumping out 70 watts as long as it's hot. The minute come 4 o'clock comes, 4:30, and the wind starts to change and the sun dips that way, that's it. Wham, right back down to 40 watts again. I go from 80 to 40. Has nothing to do with the sun. Sitting in the sun, beaming down on the solar panel, only pulling in 40 watts because the wind picked up and cooled off the solar panel. So, it's heat, not daylight. And that's it. And the colder it is, the worse they work. So, not just your battery. It's the solar. Everybody's blaming the batteries all winter. And they're insulating them, and they still weren't working as well because the solar panel was cold. They had snow on the roof. There was ice around it. You have to clear off under the solar panel as well as what's on top. Because if you got ice and snow stuck underneath it, it's working as a cooler. Now it's just keeping half of the solar panel cold. It's like having a block of, having a block of ice under there, cooling it off. These things are annoying. But this green powers is so far the best I've seen. Everybody likes the Jackery ones because they charge in like an hour, which this thing would do. On a good day, on a hot enough day in the summer, yeah, it was charging this stuff in about an hour. So, solar is mostly heat driven. The sun heats up the solar panel. So saying that it's daylight doing it, the light, no. I had full sun sitting here, 0 watts at 7 in the morning. Until that thing heats up, it pumps out nothing. We don't start to get, it doesn't start to get hot until 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. So the sun comes up at 7 and it takes till about 10:30 in the morning for the solar panel to get hot enough to pump out electricity. Because you're up higher elevations. We're low. We're below sea level. Where I am right now, we're actually below sea level. So I don't know why they do a lot of solar in Florida. We're farther away. Even though we're closer to the equator, we're so low. Things work different down here. Now, these would probably work really good where he had up at the Appalachian Mountain, up in Pennsylvania, up in the mountains. Yeah, that thing would work like a charm. But right now, just with the 25-mile-an-hour cool wind turning it off. You just got to stay hot enough. You had a good angle on the sun. This dog, my menace to society. I don't even really get how these things work. But all of them lying about the sun and the tilting and the angle has nothing to do with it. No matter whether I had that thing up straight. So while I was getting 80 watts the one day, I went out and I tilted it. No matter which way I tilted that thing, it didn't bring in one more watt than having it flat on my roof. Yeah, cooling it. That's what I was thinking too. The steam bath outside with everything's like watery today. Like it looks, okay, when we woke up everything was wet, like steamy. I think the wet on there is keeping it too. I was gonna put, wrap a towel, or my little towels around my pole and just try and dry off, because it's got to be a little bit of water up there too, because the windows are still wet. Nothing is like drying off over here today. Ugh. It feels nasty. It's one of those cloudy, humid beach days. And he took everything outside with him, this dog. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to get him, I swear to God. He took his pee-pee pad outside. Oh, boy. Let me see. I don't know if I can move this around. I'll get it in a minute. Let me see if I can get this other thing before it blows away. Just don't want it blowing away in the wind. Hold on 1 second. Wee. Dookie, where are you? Duke. Duke. What are you doing over there, asshole? Oh, here comes the rain. Get in. Come here. Crazy freaking dog. Crazy dog. I'm coming back. Hold on. We're back. And yeah, ow! Ow! That's my foot! Crazy nut. Lord have mercy. What? What? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Put him up! Put him up! No, that's not your toy. I think you left your bone here, buddy. I think we lost the bones. There's huge black clouds coming that way. Oh, man. That's what's left of the big bone. He had fun with this thing. He still is. Yeah, I know. There's still more crap in there. I'm not touching it. Jeez, I'm just moving it. Very protective. Very protective over my toe. Yeah, you better get out of there. Oh, I think I just put the cookie in the bed. Cookies. I ended up with dog treats in my bed. Yeah. Everybody's having it. And I laugh because the Teslas are being made here in Florida? There's no charging stations. I only know of 2, and they're so far apart, it's pathetic. There was a girl staying here last summer who had the electric car. She was on her last line, and it was blinking. The car was about to go dead. She only had less than a mile to drive. Okay? 15-minute ride. to where the Tesla one was. So she looked it up. I told her where there was one. She goes, God, there has to be one closer. That's all the way back to 95. I said, it's 15-minute ride from here. She goes, I don't have that much time. I have like 2 miles. 26 years old, took all that money, bought the stupid car, and then she was complaining because she found out that the batteries cost like $25,000 and they only last for 2 years. Two to 2.5 years before you got to replace a $20,000 battery that's not covered by insurance. You got to lay out the money. So what do? Take out a second car loan to replace the battery every 2 years? That doesn't make any sense. I don't get that at all. And they've been catching fire too. People's garages, the batteries are catching fire, burning down people's cars, burning down their garages. They're having problems with the wiring, with the electric coming in and out, because it's such a high draw. It's more than 220 line, more than an air conditioner line is. And there are crazy issues with these batteries everywhere. A couple of people got stuck in their car while it burst into flames. This is just, I don't like these batteries. That's the first thing. The second thing is that a battery that big is emitting so much toxic fumes and radiation. Did anybody think about what these things are made out of? And they're not in the engine. Most of them, you're sitting directly over it, dead center under the car. That battery is not even buried anywhere where it would shield you from what's coming off. Oh, there's all kinds of nuttiness. They're just bad. Everybody's having issues with those, especially down here in the heat. Not a good thing for overheating batteries like that. They like to explode, and the bikes are on fire, yeah, all over the place. Everybody's bicycles and skateboards are bursting into flames. Most of the places, the apartment buildings, you can't have anything in there. And I think they're upping something that has to do with car insurance or the house insurance, putting that line into your house. We'll see what happens, but this is not a good thing. People thought they could just run it right through a plug and plug it into their regular electricity. No. Where do they get their electric bill? At the end of the year. Now you're going to pull out all your gas receipts from your gas card and see how much more money in electric you spent than gas. Because you got to constantly keep them done. Letting them get too low is very bad. So leaving it at like 20% for like driving and trying not to see electricity and not charge that battery, the longer it stays depleted, the less it's going to go up to 100%. Like, these are temperamental. You have to use them or they won't work. That's why I like the boat batteries. Those are meant to sit there for days or weeks at a time that you ain't driving your boat around. So they're used to sitting with a charge that holds the charge. These are use, deplete, use, deplete, use, deplete. That's it. They're just portable batteries. They don't work the same. The one I had that got broken was having issues. I was trying to use it every day. Oh, I broke it. Sorry, I broke your cookie. I broke your cookie. Eat the little piece. There we go. No! Stop that. We're not playing with the bugs. Keeps taking stuff and then walking over and dropping it on the floor. Trying to get someone to come out so you can attack them. We're playing games now, right? You're playing games? And he just sits there waiting. He's just waiting. He dropped his cookie and now he's waiting to see if anybody comes to get it. Nobody's coming to get the cookie. It's daylight. They don't come out in the sunlight. That only works at night, bro. Which has been good. He drops his cookies, they come running out, and we catch them. Right? And again, I forgot the glue trap again. Damn it. But this is working much better. My Lysol for bug spray. This is excellent. Yeah. I know. I love those boat cars. Those are excellent. I remember Richard saw one for the first time. He said, "What the hell's that guy going with his boat, with his car?" I said, "It's a boat." He said, "It's a car. The boat's not there." Where I said, "No, Richard, it's a boat. The car is a boat. Watch." So the girl gets in and the guy get in and they're pulling into the thing and he flips on these things. The next thing you know, boom, up comes the little snorkel and there goes the car. He said, "So you can do that to," I said, "You can do that to anything. You can do that to any car you want." I said, "People love that down here." They did it. It was a 1957 Chevy. It was red and white. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. I love that one. And they would give rides and stuff. It was pretty cool. He's like, "Do you guys not do anything to your car?" Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend. Thank you. Oh, and be careful over there. Here comes the storm. It's got to be coming, I don't know. It's coming from the north. And it looks nasty. Very black. Very, very black. And have you noticed before you leave these little black clouds that are just floating by themselves down low? Like head level, like I'd say 20 feet above the ground? Everybody's freaking out. They don't know what these little black floaty clouds are that are coming down to the ground. Let me know if you catch those. I'll see if I take some pictures of the ones over here. I'll send them to you. Oh my God. But yeah, here comes the rain soon. Oh, that's what I was doing. I gotta pull. I got to get this off the window before it starts raining. And that's the bad thing. I gotta figure out where best to keep the batteries. And here comes the wind. It's getting bad again now. Everybody left. It must look really bad behind me because everybody's gone now. Oh, get off. Thank you. And these are the best things ever. No, they're gutter guards for your leaves on top of the house. Your rain gutters. Yeah, there's the boom booms. This little groove fits the piece of glass exactly, and just slip it over. You only got to cut one end to make it fit. And you got to cut like that much off. A little bit of edge. This way you keep the windows open. It keeps out 50% of the water. So as long as it's not a pouring rainstorm, these guys are really good. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try putting that in. Oh. So can I comment on my own? Everything has changed. They upgraded. Okay, yeah. Because I'm trying to. I can't even see how to comment on my own thing. Highlight, no. Even the live stream has changed. All the buttons at the bottom. Start a poll. What the hell is this? Share it to who? Yeah. All right, I got the live chat. I can't make a comment on my own chat. Yeah, here comes the rain. Watch out, Doogaloo. I gotta shut one of the windows. Thank you. I appreciate it. I gotta close my window. My batteries are gonna get wet. Get out of the way. Move it. Move it or lose it. Yeah. Great. Now we're trapped with no fan. Damn. Just relax. You're not going out the door right now. Okay, we're coming back. Get out of the way. Wait, move it. Okay. And I know the batteries are somewhat waterproof. See, it's raining. I'm still getting 1 watt. 1 watt coming in. That's why I like the green powers one. I'll take a photo. We need 1 more of those and then we're good to go. And the bundle is better than buying it on its own. It's like somehow you're either getting the battery or the solar panel for free. And in a few minutes, this is gonna get so loud I'm gonna be screaming. Here comes the wind. Just this chat. I didn't do the StreamYards and stuff because you gotta pay for all that stuff. It ain't free unless they're gonna sponsor you. And we don't have enough subs for that one. Although we're getting up there. We've got like 1,100 now. And the other thing is that they do a Patreon chat. That I've been learning. But me and Teresa did the Zoom call thing. That worked really well. That was fun. We're gonna have to try that again with everybody on it. Yeah, now it's getting hot, right? Yeah. Okay, now we're down to 0. No. Don't do that. Ow! You're stabbing me with the bone, buddy. I'm being stabbed. Yeah, I have to look into all those other things, but right now, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I don't even have editing software. That's why I didn't bother. I said, this is raw and unedited. This is not the van life travel channel. This is what happens when FEMA kicks you out on your ass channel. My own bosses too. Not nice. So if we've learned anything on this channel, is don't work for the government. Oh, Lord have mercy. But yeah. But we trying. Where is my fan? Somehow I lost my little one. I think Dookie moved it just a little bit. But I see everybody uses StreamYard, but I don't know how that actually works. I'll have to look into it. Usually we chat here and exchange emails. Hold on, I gotta plug this in. Oh my god, it's hot. Oh, turn it on. No, don't move. We don't want you to turn. We just want you blowing. So I got enough right now, at least to just be able to run it. Whee! Let it cool off. At least to run the fan while the windows are closed. I don't worry about running this sucker all day long. So I try to use it a little at night, a little in the morning. I like it for sleeping. But I like this little guy. It only takes, once it gets going, it only takes 29 watts. So it's not as bad as the big box fan that takes, 130 watts. So this one is nice. He's getting used to it. He actually doesn't even like the fan. You know that? He runs away from it. If I have it blowing at us, he moves, so he's not in the direct wind of it. They just run that hot that any little breeze makes them so cold, this poor little guy. I'm sorry for you. He was bitching I was moving his sweater. It was like 80 degrees the one day, and he didn't want to take off his sweatshirt. He was fighting with me, like biting me hard because he didn't want me to take his sweatshirt off. So Barbara held him and I ripped it off. I was afraid he was going to pass out from heat stroke. He just loves his sweatshirt because his auntie Rare Breed sent it. Yeah. Yes, he loves it so much. He sleeps with it like a pillow. He loves that sweatshirt. He loves his sweatshirt, right? We're getting sleepy now. Yeah, we're getting sleepy. I gotta find another one of those big bones. They're the big bones. Maybe get one of those pickled pig's feet. We see in the gas stations. Blech. Blech. Ah. They always look awful, those poor little piggy's feet in there. It's so sad. But then you realize there's a whole bunch of bacon somewhere, and it makes it better. I don't know how people eat those things. I was raised down here, and I don't eat half of the shit from the South. I told my mother her crazy Welsh family has a lot in common with Southern people with the same kind of food they eat. Yeah, it's like it's on. Yeah, I know. The harness, God forbid I can get that off of him. I take it off at night and he sleeps with it so he doesn't lose it. And I try to keep it off so because I don't know if he's still growing or not. He probably is. He's getting bigger. So I don't let him sleep with the harness on so it doesn't constrict his chest. He's got those funny ribs. They're like pointy, like triangle ribs. So I always try and take it off at night so he doesn't sleep with it while he's growing. While you're growing, he's got to be... How heavy are you now? No, he's got to be... He weighs about as much as the bag of ice does. So he's about 10 pounds. We have the big ones where we go. And the dollar store is nice. They got the 10-pound bags. He likes to be warm. He also likes sweatshirt material, too. Right? So does I. I had to hide my sweatshirt. I didn't take anything. Don't be looking at me like I did something wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. It's also getting darker in here. Oh, that's a little bit better. Whew. Is that it for the rain? We got like 5-minute bursts. And our lake is drying up. Everything. It smells awful. And first I thought it was the van. Hey, Bonnie, how you doing? And then I realized all the little lakes that we have on the sides of the roads and by the parking lots. The ravines they dig to get the overflow of the water. It also gives the birds a place to hang out. They're all low. You can see the bottom of the lake here. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're just hiding out. Where's my stick? Gotta open that door. It's like 5-minute. Best thing ever. And I bought it as a joke. I swear to God. I can open the doors from here. There we go. And I can also turn off the fan from here. Now when stuff falls out the door when you open it, because it does, no matter how far away from the door stuff is, it's like a magnet. It just is. That's why I watch other people's videos. So I don't feel so bad when I see them open their door and 20 things come flying out of the van. It's embarrassing. But then again, it's Florida and everybody's got more crap jammed into their car than that is probably exceeding their... You see a lot of cars down here that are like this. There's so much crap in the trunk of these cars that the car is now like popping up in the front. Bad shocks. Everybody's got bad shocks down here. Busted shocks, and my brakes are squealing. And they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. Now, once they warm up, they're pretty okay. I think I just got a shitload of sand jammed in there. After I'm driving for like 10 minutes, they stop squealing. It's only the very beginning of the brake. So, whatever it is, it either is falling out or it's getting blown in there at night by the wind, you know. These crazy storms, those tires got to be jammed full of sand. I got to try to get to the car wash. That's what I think, because it'd be all the time. And then, like, after I'm driving a few minutes, it stops. It's always in the very beginning. And once the brakes get hot, that's it. They're back to normal again. And there's no low spots. Everything, they're right. The minute you put your foot on the brakes, they're right there. So they're very high and tight, which is good. But I think just too many days in the dirt down here. I have to fight with the power washer. Maybe I could sit on the floor and use it. That thing blew me backwards. If I could find one that's less aggressive. I'm not putting out, it's like a fire hose. It's really bad. I mean, really bad. I mean, you could rip the paint off your car with the pressure on this one. I was afraid. I have a couple of spots. I gotta get their little can of Rust-Oleum. I gotta get the guts to go into Home Depot. Oof. They're just so big. I was gonna wait till next month and cover up a few chip spots I have. I was afraid I don't want anything rusting. Got enough problems with doors not closing. Yeah, I know everything dries up down here. We go through window washer fluid like crazy because I think it just evaporates from between the engine and the heat from the top of the hood. That's why I wanted the water too. I want to throw some water in there. Usually I buy the Rain-X and I pour 2 bottles in there. Or just plain Windex. Because we have no ice. This is like the big ice shortage again. That's why I was saying it's so crowded here. Just driving around is dangerous. Just from store to store. We have no ice. 7 different locations have not gotten an ice delivery in over a week. Don't know what we're gonna do. That's why I said this is not cheap. This is not inexpensive in any way whatsoever. It's just not. I probably really need new tires by now with all the driving I'm doing. What was the other thing? So now I can only get 1 or 2 days worth of food at a time. So I don't have to run the ice chest and kill the battery that's running the fan, which we need now, because now every 20 minutes is a rainstorm. You gotta close the windows, and the second you shut those doors, it's like 200 degrees in here. Yeah. Everybody's been going through it. It just evaporates. It's mostly water with blue food dye in it. 5 million of these things. Oh, I have to look. Someone left the different comments. Trying to read those. Now it's getting dark again. Are we back again? Yeah. I gotta get my little umbrella. Fix my awning thing. And back on with the air. Oh yeah. So I bought the blender, and then we all ran out of ice. I found one. Oh, now we need lights. Oh, this sucks. Don't this suck? Wait, can I get better? Okay, that's better. Let me come near the... Oh. Because like I said, it just turned into nighttime here. This isn't good. I went to go buy the smoothie stuff. Try not to turn off the phone. So I'm sitting here making ice smoothies. And this little Proctor Silex one is really nice. It turned it into like a complete slushy. Oh, I know. I've lost so much weight too. I don't even want to get on the scale. I was going to get back on again when I went through when I was at the doctor the last time, we were walking back to the thing, and I went to walk to the scale, and he just grabbed my arm and pulled me in. Let's go. It's going to be the same as last time, I can see. Don't worry about it. Like that. But I wanted to do the smoothies, and these things almost turned it into ice cream. It was pretty neat. It was 20 bucks in, where was my morning one? I put a can of fruit in it and a little bit of sugar. It's a nice stubby one. It's a great big tall one. It sits better. It doesn't move so much. But this Proctor Silex is a hell of a little blender. I think it was $16 in Dollar General. It's like one of the only ones they have. So it's like they sell the one line. They have one toaster, one blender, one coffee maker. Oh, Lord. Yeah. All right, we're rounding the 2-hour mark, which will be done with our battery soon. We had fun on the Zoom call. We were stuck on different things in the filters. It was pretty neat. We'll do it again. And we'll try that. What is Sunday? Oh, wait. Oh, that's next weekend. Yeah, maybe we'll try that on Sunday night. We'll schedule a Zoom call. We got 40 minutes. It was pretty neat. So I was Zooming with T-Lover and, no, Teresa. And I'm looking at T-Lover's name. Zooming with Teresa and doing the live stream on here at the same time. So that was the last live stream, was that. Here we go again. And I'm thinking I have to check this out because I may have to move. I'm in a mud pit, which will be soon. Oh, it went good. I got some phone numbers. They were the same ones I called. She gave my phone number to like 4 other people. She's been handing out my number. And one lady was gonna ask around at her church and see if anybody was renting out rooms. And I was like, I got no money, you know. And I tried to explain my situation, so she was just gonna see if anybody even had a place just so I could park at night. So, technically what I'm doing is legal as long as you belong to a 24-hour gym and all your registration is good on your car and stuff, like you got insurance and registration, and I'm in a place where I am paying to be there to use the facility 24 hours a day. So I'm not there during the day and I'm only there at night when I want to use it. So that's technically, it's okie dokie with them. And the only reason why she came up to me was because I was outside of that parking lot. Had I been parked by the gym that night, she would have never came up to the car. So they're being pretty nice. Oh yeah. I know. The volumes. And one of my things was having issues. Someone was telling me that there wasn't any volume on something I was doing, so everybody was hearing me. So I don't know if it was her phone by accident, because every time I touch this thing, I'm either turning it off, turning off the volume. And then there's gestures on the phone, if you shake it twice, it turns the ringer off. If you shake it to the left, it does something else. I don't understand it. So whatever's I'm going on with the phone is probably me, and that these gestures are on. I'm gonna have to go back into AT&T and have the guy turn all that crap off. Like every time I try to turn something off, it gets worse. I don't think we have any tornado. Maybe I should check that real quick, huh? Are we in a good place to be right now? It's like right now it's just 20. All right. 1 hour of rain. Ooh. That looks nasty. Can you see that? I don't think you guys can see that. Why can't you see that? Oh, it's too much. There we go. That's a nice blob of rain. It's right on top of us. Here it comes. Ah! Finally. Yeah, I know. You guys have been hit hard up there. Texas is out of electricity. And Louisiana. All right, 2 o'clock. So it's great. 2 hours of rain. Which is good. We need it because all the dogs are sick here. That's why we've been hiding in the library because there's nobody there. Nobody with dogs goes over there because they're too big. Alright, we have no alerts. Alright, just rain, no tornadoes today, right? But anytime after April 1st, if you're coming to Florida, that's it. It's tornado season here, like all year long now. I don't even know how this got to be that way. What was I doing? Oh, checking this. Sorry. I just want to make sure I'm not in the wrong spot. No. Good. Okay. Yay, just a passing shower. We're not going to get sucked away again. Is this too much? That's still getting a little bit of some lights in. There we go. We got some light in here, right? We're busy on that bone. He's almost done with it. It's almost down to a nub. We're almost down to a nubby, right? Right? You down to a nub? Here. There we go. There we go. You got your pillow. Oh, maybe that's why. And for some reason, this stupid thing won't back anything up because I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm using my data minutes for that. And it won't back anything up. I could care less. Everything's on YouTube. You know, it's there forever. It's not going anywhere. I don't need 5,000 copies. I delete everything as soon as I do it, except for photos. And I got one video of Mouse, me and Mouse. And I have nothing. All my videos, all my photos, everything of Mouse was on that other phone that his family took back. And I didn't get to get anything off of there. We had everything on his phone because it was a good one. But I keep trying to get rid of everything. I even took off Facebook. I took off the McDonald's app that came with the phone. I deleted all that extra crap I don't even use. Tried to get rid of all the video games. And they just keep loading themselves on. They're like freebies, like the Tiki Solitaire. I love that guy, the little Tiki Hut guy. My mom and I used to play all the time. I love that guy. And it takes up like 9,000 megabytes. So I gotta figure that one out. I mean, you gotta get an umbrella so when it's just a little bit of rain, I can leave the door, at least the door open. I gotta go to the $5 store tomorrow. And then what else were we were supposed to go, and you forgot to remind me. I gotta hit the post office. Oh. Yeah, I know. Like the ones you never, like the notes, or like a bunch of office stuff. I'm not using my, Office Works or Office 95 or Windows Office. I don't need any of that. And you can't even get rid of that off the phone because it's just part of the phone. There's so much extra things on there you don't need that I could use the space. And it's not backing up to the cloud. So now it's using up the storage on the phone and the iPad because it won't back up. So what I was going to do was take the two of them into the AT&T store and tell them, do me a favor, can I back this up while I'm standing here? Because it's been 215 days since I uploaded. Since it was backed up, it keeps saying it's doing it, and it's not. So, I don't know, I paid for the extra $1.50 a month for, like, unlimited storage or whatever it is. It's like $2 a month to save everything you own. Right? We're trying it to see if that actually works. Here comes the thunder. The thunder and the rain. There's a lot of flags flying in the rain. These poor guys are trying to put up hoopah tents. Like 500, and it's going to be raining and crazy tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the one I bought was like, what was it, $6 or $7? And they have them in the dollar store for $5. So that's where I was supposed to go today, and I forgot. And I made a right out of the driveway instead of a left. I ordered, I was looking for the little medallion I had. It was a 9/11 thing. Richard found it on Amazon. And that New Year's Eve, after he died in November, so New Year's Eve was the first New Year's time I spent alone. I took it off when I got into the hot tub and I left it on the table. But at that time, I didn't know we were having Mickey Mouse problems in the basement under the house. So the mice must have, when I was thinking about it the other day, the mice must have took off with the necklace and the medallion. So I couldn't find the same one, so they had a keychain one, which was really pretty. It was about that big, same size as a coin, like a 50-cent piece, small. It was a 9/11 thing. We were talking about my dog tags with the officer. These dog tags I had made up is for my DNR, do not resuscitate, do not intubate. There are instructions for the EMT guys, so I showed her that. She told me 2 more things that I should add, make 1 more, and get that done. She says, you have nothing identifying you here. She says, I know you don't want to walk around with I said, my Bob Marley chains on all day long. I said, they make so much noise. She goes, you need something. Whoa, lightning just hit the ground. But no Boombas. To identify me. She says, of course, if you're not wearing shorts, she goes, if you've got, if your leg isn't hanging out with your tattoo on there, she said, you need something around your neck at all times so we know who you are. I said, okay. They don't want to mix me up with the snapper heads down here, you know what I mean? Everybody weighs 80 pounds because they don't eat all day. They're too busy getting high. So she says, I don't want anything like that to happen to you, where they'll just leave you and assume the wrong thing. Oh. But it was kind of, hold on. I gotta move his pee-pee pad, I forgot. Or we have an accident. Damn it. Open! I was, after seeing the senator's wife is in the same predicament. She's roughly the same stage I am. So she must have been out and about where I was, with you know, in similar spaces. Um, I forget what, I just lost my thing for a second. I just keep picturing her. The difference in her size. Let's say she went from a size 18 18/20 down to a size 4. That's how much weight this lady lost within, I'd say, a year. About a year. The puppies are better. Everybody's doing good. She's doing better. She got some oxygen. We realized that was her issue. The other day, she got very sick while we were sitting here, and she came to find me. And we sent her to the emergency med. She said, to hell with it, went right to the hospital. And her oxygen was down to 60, and they actually admitted her for a day and a half. So they're all doing well. Thank God. But we found out that the dogs, three vets said, hell no, they should have never got the vaccine after they had already contracted it. I don't know. I think it worked. Because I don't think that little dog who weighs 3.5 pounds would have made it through that stupid virus if he didn't get the shot. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what to say about that stupid shot. I mean, they tell you it's to take it before the summer comes. But they don't push it on you. Like the rabies or the other shots, you know what I mean? Nobody's pushing that parvo shot for the dogs when you go to get their vaccinations and stuff. So I'm sticking with the lady who did Mouse and took care of him. I'm going to go back to her for Duke. They do the free vaccines twice a year and stuff like that. So I just got to make a reservation. And we'll get that done at the end of the summer. He'll be a year old by then. I think it just doesn't matter. It just depends on the person. But it's like taking a flu shot once you already got the flu. I was worried it was going to make them sicker than they really were going to get. But there's a lot of dead doggies. Everybody was sick around here. So we hid out in the van and we stayed at the library for the last 3 weeks. I only come here for a little while, and it's only one exact place, which is by the horses, because nobody with the dogs comes really near the horses. You got 1 or 2 stray dogs walking through, but they don't really hang out over here, which is a good thing. So we had everybody in quarantine, right? We were on Pavo lockdown. But now it's been rainy. Now's the rainy season. Here we go again. If we only get an hour's worth of rain, I won't have to leave. But if it starts getting crazy, I'm gonna have to get off the grass. And that's funny because what's funny is that it was older dogs who were getting it. The Chihuahua was 2 years old. He was on death's door. He said, I got everybody from puppies to 15-year-old dogs in here. He was very confused. She said when he went in to talk to him, and then she went to the farm place. Then Tractor Supply had the chickens, and they were doing the parvo virus shots over there. They're only $15 instead of $30. And she said it was very confusing to them that for so many dogs to get sick, especially ones that should have never gotten sick. And I was like, shit. So this lady's telling you to give it to them, and they already have it. PetSmart told you get the hell out of the store. They didn't even want her walking into the store because the dogs were sick, bringing it with her into the store. She goes, and once they're sick, that's it. You cannot. And they were all telling her, do not give it to them. Do not. They're going to die. You're going to cause problems with these dogs. You have no idea. It's like getting the flu shot and you already have the flu. It's going to make them sicker. I don't know. They survived. They survived. We had a 6-month-old puppy and a 2-year-old Chihuahua, and they both got it. And she should have been in the hospital. She got so sick from cleaning up. She had no gloves, cleaning up their vomit and the watery poopies, you know what I mean, all over the car. Those dogs were yakking and pooping from one end of the car to the other. I felt so, I didn't even know what to do for her. She would just come and sit like 10 parking spaces away from me and just yell back and forth. I said, just stay here and sleep so I'll keep an eye on you guys. You guys need to freaking rest. But yeah, I'm surprised. It took 3 weeks, 21 days. And they said it should have took 14, but she was sick right along with them. Right? And the sicker they got, the sicker she got. And I think that she got it from her hands and eating and you doing this and touching your face and, you know, everything else. And then eating and not being able to wash your hands so good out here, you know. Why are you just being bad today? Today is just a bad day, right? You're just in a mood day. He's in a mood today. You're in a mood today, buddy. And we're in a sloppy, rainy day mess here today. We're in the dock here. Right? Can at least keep your shit neat. You know, I try to make it look cute. And we gotta come in and tear everything apart. No, I'm taking the pieces you're knocking off. Next thing you know, you're gonna be eating that and crying because your ass hurts. You can't have the little piece. No. Oh. So, yeah, that stuff is very confusing with the dogs. And no, you're not eating any more of my flowers. That's it. No mas. No. Yeah, this is, I want it. And you're gonna give it to me, or I'm just gonna do this till I make your ears bleed. I want it. Look at this. Give it to me. You want it? You want it? You want this? You want this? This is what you want? That's it? You want more cookies? You're loving these cookies. These are the yam cookies. You wanna take the whole bag? Yeah, you can take the whole freaking bag. I don't care. I got the bag. I got the bag. He's so excited. I got you. Gave me the bag. I never get the bag. I never get the whole bag. You can have one if you can get it out. Can you get it out? No? That yelping. Wow. Imagine being in here with all the doors closed. Oh, my ears are bleeding. And very demanding. Whoa. You see that? Give it to me. You know what I want. You know what I want. Give it to me. And he keeps doing it until he gets it. I sat here for 15 minutes when I'm doing it until I couldn't take it anymore. I was trying. There is no breaking this dog. He does not give up. And he's always got to have the last word. And he'll be quiet if I tell him to be quiet because someone's going past that night. And then he'll wait till they're far enough away. He'll look at me and go, like that, and then put his head down and go to sleep because he was holding it in the whole time. Oh my God. That's how long this shit's been floating around? Because, yeah, I'd say that, yeah, because we got those wacky flus. 98, 99, and around 2000. We started getting combination flus. Like, I never even heard that back then. And that was in the heyday of doing vaccines. I did them from 94 to maybe 2003, 2004, when I stopped. I stopped about a year after the first pneumonia vaccine came out. And what was it, pneumonia? And the shingles vaccine. Then there was the other one for the bones. Was a shot for it was like a calcium shot to make your bones grow stronger. Nah, I don't take that one either. That one put my mother in the hospital, almost killed her within 48 hours of taking the shot. But that's also because we had cancer, and they're handing out these vaccines, and a lot of them you can't take a vaccine that's going to mess with your DNA or your immune system if you have cancer. If you have any immune system disorders, do not take the vaccines, no matter what they're for. You can't do that. And that's what we didn't realize. My mother had bone cancer. We didn't realize it. Okay? Whammo, she took the calcium shot. Almost killed her. Almost killed her. It was really bad. So how long has they've been screwing with this? That must have been the one that I bet you, because was it before 9/11? I think it was 99, before 9/11. Richard and I had told you we were sick in my apartment for, I thought it was like a couple of weeks. We were in my apartment almost 3 freaking months. The doctor was coming in and out. They were going to put us in the hospital, and then the doctor's like, there's no room in the hospital, and those people are, who knows what they got in there. He said, we're going to mix whatever in the hospital germs with what these two got already. He said, considering that he's flat on his back next to her, and he's 3 times her weight, forget it. Just leave them here. I'll come and check on them every day, because he had another patient who was dying. And she caught this crazy flu that he brought home from the sweatshop in Brooklyn, okay? And that leveled the two of us, that we had no memory of the first 6 weeks of being sick. It was bad. That was bad. And I bet you that must have been the beginning of this coronavirus crap. They weren't calling it that. I was calling it the beer flu. And I thought it was a joke, like the blue flu. You know what I mean? Like, boy, everybody's got the beer flu. They went out drinking. So that's what I thought people meant by the beer flu. It must have been the beginning of this COVID crap. Because it was very, very bad. Very bad. And you couldn't lay on your back. You had to lay on your side or you couldn't breathe. You were drowning. I couldn't even take a breath. We must have both had pneumonia by that time, because it was, I never saw him get sick like that ever in my life. Not even when we were young. The man never gets sick. Never. The only thing that bothers him with his diabetes issues and heart issues in his family was the flu. Was the flu, but they never got it. And I was always surprised with him working in that place, and it was four people in one family that worked together in the shit shop, and one whole family brought it to work. Within 4 days, 80 out of the 150 people were sick. The whole shop had to shut down. This guy was pissed, and they make fur coats in this place, okay? It's the #1 mink company in the entire world, okay? It's the #1 mink shop. And they only make for the rich and the fabulous. And I don't mean movie stars. Kings and queens. Talking like that, okay? That's it. They don't even do like movie star kind of people anymore. You gotta be at least a multi-millionaire to consider someone taking an order to do a personal coat for you. The only one that they did out of character, and it's because they did the very first one back in the 60s, was Joe Namath's fur coat. They did the first one in the 60s, and in 2007, as the Giants were winning, he came back in and they overhauled the coat and took it apart, and he brought like 3 crates of these mink and all kinds of crazy furs that he had purchased to make the coat himself. And he liked what Richard did the most. He took samples from 5 different guys to look at their work, and out of all the furs, he picked Richard's. So he got to work on Joe Namath's coat and do all the upgrades and the redo and stuff. And then they sewed it together downstairs, but Richard did all the fur work on it, with one other guy helping with the trim. That was it. That was it. That was pretty neat. He got to see Joe and talk to him a couple of times, and it was nice. He came up and Joe wanted to meet him because he wanted to meet the man who could do this with a fur. And they brought Richard downstairs, and then he came upstairs to look at the machines and how they actually do this. You know, they gave him a tour of the factory. And yeah, but he never got to see the final proof until we saw him on TV. It went to another company, where they were doing a detail. They were putting on the buttons and the loops and intricate, you know, things on it, the zippers and stuff. And that went out by the Diamond District to the furriers over there to do the last details on the coat. But yeah, it was pretty neat to see it on TV. So that was kind of neat thing. But yeah, how we got off on that, I don't know. Yeah, I could find it maybe when I see the other one. That's what I should have kept, was my other machine, but I was afraid with the mold and the way the house was. Everybody was like freaking out over the smell in the house because I couldn't smell it. And I had to leave all my machines, all my breathing machines. I was going to keep that sleep apnea one, and then I had, oh, it's called a nebulizer. You put medicine in. It's like an inhaler, only it makes steam, and you breathe in. You take an antibiotic in a liquid form, pour it into a cup, hook it up to this thing, which shoots oxygen into it, makes steam, and you breathe the medicine into your lungs. That I don't like that one. Yeah, they're renting them. It's actually cheaper to buy it outright. Nobody will, because I had to out myself and be honest with the people who pay my bills that I'm living in my car, because I didn't want any problems, because you lie about anything, they cut that check and stop that health insurance. So the oxygen company repossessed and came and took back both my oxygen machines before I left the house. They refused to let me keep them living in the car. So I still haven't replaced that one yet. Plus I was trying not to use it as often as they were telling me to do it, because the more dependent you get on something that early, the harder it is to get off, which is what they did to her. She listened to what they said, of course, telling you to take this crap every 4 hours around the clock. It doesn't do anything. It didn't help me at all. All it did was making me more, it made my lungs weaker, depending on the medicine, than trying to fight on their own. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm in 10 times better shape with my lungs than she is, and she only has asthma. I have emphysema, 2 kinds of cancer, and 2 kinds of incurable pneumonia going on. And I'm doing much better than she is out here. Between the asthma and the emphysema, I don't know which one is worse. But it was overusing the lung medication that makes your lungs dependent, because it won't work. It's like caffeine, okay? Can any of you get up in the morning when having 2 cups of coffee? Now that you've been drinking it for 40 years? Same thing. Same thing. And caffeine, black coffee works better than my nebulizer or my inhaler. The caffeine, and it has to be black coffee, no milk. The hot caffeine opens up the airwaves. Yeah, the COPD. That comes with all of it. They list it as a separate thing. It's not. If you got asthma or emphysema, you have COPD. That's just it. If you got anything in your lungs, it's COPD. That was a classification, not a disease that has now gotten its own thing. With the cancer, with the emphysema, with the asthma, the air goes out instead of coming in. Or sometimes you want to suck it in and your lungs are blowing out and you can't breathe in, or you get stuck blowing out. It's one or the other. Either you suck in too much air where you can't control your lungs, or I go to and I do this a lot. It's because while I'm speaking, my lungs are trying to force all my air out while I'm talking, not a little bit at a time. Like, it's annoying. It's annoying. And I've been on every inhaler freaking thing known, every one of those things you saw on TV. They even gave me the try something. It's a big giant white one like this. And it's not supposed to be used for people with any kind of cancer at all. It's only for emphysema, not for asthma, and not for cancer. Just the beginning stages of emphysema. That thing knocked me on my ass and almost gave me a heart attack. That stuff is crazy. Crazy. It was like a nutty endorphin. I don't even know what it was. Jeez. That was crazy. Worse than albuterol. I was ticking for hours. Like I drank a gallon of black coffee. But yeah. That stuff stops working after a while, and it actually does damage to your lungs. It damages the lungs because it makes it dependent on that, and it doesn't make the lungs try and work on their own. So try not to follow the directions. Try not to follow those directions. Oh, the Singulair tablets. That's what they just gave her. I forgot, they just gave her a pill form. Yeah. That was the other thing. With the liver, I had to stop taking all the medication. I have 5 different inhalers. All to be taken at different times during the day. Juggling all of that is just, it's annoying, and it's too much medicine. It's just way too much medicine. Now I got the problem with the issue with the liver thing now. My liver's 3 times the size it's supposed to be. Gee, I wonder what. Yeah. Between the toxic chemicals from the towers and all the crap and all this medication, I had to stop taking everything. The baby aspirin, like I'm telling these guys, if you knew, I took a St. Joseph's baby aspirin and ended up in the hospital in toxic shock. I was dying of anaphylactic shock from a baby aspirin. And that's when I realized, number one, they're giving me the inhalers, but they're not taking this into consideration. Kitty-sized doses. Yeah. Usually it's just the rain. The rain was getting to me and the cold air. I did 100% better coming down here. I didn't realize how hard it was for me to breathe in air that was under 60 degrees. It gets very thick and very heavy. Did the milk thistle work? I was thinking of getting some of that, but at this point, I don't... I am petrified. And it's been making me very, very sick. Very, very sick. Oh, my ass is hurting again. It's getting numb. And we're about to run out of battery. We're at 220. But I'm going to try that milk thistle. You take it in a pill or like a liquid? I forgot what else I was taking that was supposed to be good for the liver. Capsules. Okay. Let's see, when I go into Walgreens, I still got money on my card, so maybe I'll grab that. I needed something. Twice a day. Okay. Because the American Liver Association, I was on the phone with that guy for about an hour and a half. And he's like, I don't even know what to tell you to try. You know what I mean? At this point, you know, just be careful with what anything else I try to do to compensate for that, he said, could end up hurting you. Do you understand? I said, okay. I love beets. I know they taste awful, but I like them. So I said, Southern girl, I love my beets. That's why I should get and make a beet smoothie. But then you can't put the butter in it. Gotta have the butter dripping off of the beets. And trying to eat fat-free while trying to still put weight on. It's not convenient. I was like, great, we got a fatty liver, we got cirrhosis, fibrosis, got cancer, got everything in there. Is there anything else that can attach itself to my liver at this point? I love eating them. My grandma was a ginger girl. She put ginger in everything, ginger and lots and lots of butter. And she squeezed limes into it. She would make it so different tasting that I made it that way. I made her show me, and I made them for Richard while we were here. And you put some pickled, I like them pickled with the onions in it. He ate like 2 cans of those things. You got more of this? We were laughing. He loved them. You just gotta dress them up like Brussels sprouts, which is like, you got so much garlic on the Brussels sprouts. Why are you even eating these things? Because they're there. They're an acquired taste. They're really weird. Just gotta have enough salt and butter on them. Or a little Italian salad dressing goes a long way. Once I started dressing them up, you get the really good butter. A little olive oil. Oof. Maybe we'll try that. I'm just afraid I'll be purple all over. It's the only bad thing about those things. Every time you cook them, your fingers are purple for 2-3 days. Right? Want to go outside and take a shower? Yeah, you could go outside and take a bath. Outside. In the rain. What do you think? No? He gave up. We're sleepy deepies now. Sleeping deepies in the fan. The first time he's in the fan. Are you sleeping in the fan? Can you ever feel that now? Not really. It's just over him. They're sleepy. They're sleepy. These animals must get annoyed with these cell phones. The poor van life animals, right? Poor van life animals. You're just on TV all day long, buddy. He never gets to sleep. And then we sleep with the arms like this. And they're always straight out, too. No, don't bend them. It's like he's at attention, ready to go. And they're stiff and hard. You know, it's not like he's relaxing, stretching out his arms. Goofy little doggy. All right, let me check this quickly. Yeah, there we go. I'm coming back. Hold on. Oh, wait. There was... Hold on. Okay, no. I don't know. I was looking. I thought there was a tornado thing. But yeah, we're about to run low on the juice here. 225. That's not bad. We made it through. Okay, everybody. As soon as we get charged up again, which will probably be tomorrow, we're going to start filming. I just don't know why I can't get anything off the phone. I have so many little videos on here, and they're taking 9-10 hours. And then the phone got so hot, I could smell something funny. Like I smelled heat. And I went to grab the phone, and I thought it had disconnected from YouTube, and it didn't. When I folded the phone, it only minimized the screen, and it was still trying to upload. So unless you clear out the screen on this phone, it was just going crazy. It was going crazy. It was so hot I could barely touch it, and it took like an hour for it to cool off yesterday. So I don't know. I'm just going to have to do the lives for a little bit longer, and then do like the 30-second short. Took 15 minutes to upload 30 seconds. Normally that's in 2 minutes it's up. That's why I do the short so much. But I'll see what I could do. And right now, today's going to be a rain delay day. And I want to save that battery now. It's not getting anything. I think I can crack the windows a little bit. So let me get off while I got a little bit, so I can still get my notifications in for tonight, because it's going to be an all-day rain fest. Thank you for stopping by. We were trying to get up and running, but we got nothing going on here. And we're going to take a nap in the rest of the rain. I will see you guys as soon as we get more battery, okay? Have a great day. Have a good weekend. And we should maybe, I don't know, have to figure it out. I'll figure it out. Have a good weekend. And we'll post some little shorts. I'll put up some pictures. We'll be taking more pictures than anything lately until we get this fixed. Have a great day. I'll see you soon, Teresa. Maybe Sunday we'll try the Zoom again. We'll try it late in the afternoon. I'll try to pick a time, and we'll try that again on Sunday. Have a good day. I had fun with that. I figure out those filters. I can go on. Oh yeah, I can go on and practice with the filters and see what I did wrong. Okay. I'll let you know when I book a time. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Duke's out for the count. Oh, does it take a little rain to knock him out? So while he's sleeping, I'm going to sleep, take a little left, make a sandwich, have a nap. All right. We'll try again for Sunday night. Okay? I should have some electricity by then. If not, I'll take a ride and see if I can. I don't know if the one in the front, my one cigarette lighter, I think is still working. Bye, Garcia. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Teresa. Goodbye, everybody who's still here. Bonnie, T-Lover, Bonnie and T-Liver. Sunshine. Right side, I think, left. And I think that's it. Okay, I think I got everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. All right, we'll see everybody like Sunday night. Okay? I'll put a time up on tomorrow afternoon. Okay, and figure it out. Have a lovely day. Stay dry. Greetings from the Duke. Night, night. Oh, and see? I'm still trying to figure out where you get off now, because they moved all this around. Let's try that one. Okay, I found it. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye.